Hey guys, today we have a 2025 Audi Q8 E-tron. Now the Q8 E-tron is Audi's fully electric midsize SUV that shares the name and the platform with its gas counterpart, the Q8, but that's basically what a resemblance ends, as the fully electric version has different styling inside and out and appeals to a different group of clientele. It's also smaller compared to the gas-powered Q8. For 2024, Audi slightly refreshed the Q8 e-tron, and the car that was previously known just as the e-tron got the Q8 in its name, but a little few extra tweaks too. We got redesigned suspension for better handling and comfort. We also got bigger battery pack, which is big. Right now the car uses a 116 kilowatt hour battery pack. We also got redesigned bumpers, new Audi logo that's two-dimensional right now, nothing crazy. So let's talk about things that really matter about technical aspects. So like I said, the new Q8 e-tron now uses a 114 kilowatt hour battery pack. 106 kilowatt hours are usable. In the US, we get one powertrain variant. It's the 55. So we get two electric motors, front and back, making the car all-wheel drive. And in normal driving conditions, it produces 355 horsepower. However, when you put it into boost mode, it will give you a little bit more power, 402 horses extra. And since we're on a nice curvy back road, let's see how the Q8 behaves. You can put it into dynamic mode. So suspension wise, we have multi-link setup front and back, combined with adaptive dampers and air springs. When you put it into sport mode, the car lowers itself. And we ran out of that boost energy, so we have to wait a little bit until it becomes available again. We have two different levels of recuperation. I used it here to slow down before this section of corners. And I must admit, just like every car based on the MLB Evo platform, the body control is great here. You can definitely tell the car weighs more than 5,400 pounds, but it is very stable. It is predictable. The torque is being very wisely distributed between both axles. The brakes are fine too for a system that has to deal with recuperation and use either electric motors to slow down or conventional brakes. Even in the most aggressive sport mode, the damping is fantastic. Yeah, you could feel that power when you reach that boost mode. The car actually becomes quicker. Okay. Steering, you can't feel anything that's typical Audi. Very numb front end, but you know what? That is totally fine because that's not what this car is designed for. Let's go into automatic mode, which kind of like flips in between comfort and sport depending on your steering input and some other things. The car will obviously adjust the suspension and how it distributes power between the front and rear axle. Anyways, as we slow down, let's talk about what it's been like to live with the Q8 e-tron for the past few days. I must admit, as a daily, this thing is amazing. It's typical Audi stuff, meaning they prioritize comfort. The ride quality is fantastic. As I just demonstrated, we're on a very rough pavement, but there was no unnecessary NVH coming into the cabin. Audi knows that this is a daily, that this is a car that people don't necessarily want to drive dynamically, but they want to be isolated, they want to be comfortable, and that's exactly what the Q8 e-tron does. You can be doing 90 miles an hour on a highway and think that you're doing 55. The cabin is very well isolated with it. We get double glazed side windows, and it's not only front windows that are double glazed, the back windows are double glazed as well. That big battery pack that weighs 1,400 pounds basically acts as another, form of isolation and insulation. There's a very minimal road noise coming inside. And my only gripe with the Q8 e-tron is the range and overall energy efficiency. it's not the most energy efficient midsize SUV on the market. I would probably say that it's the least energy efficient. 106 kilowatt hours of usable energy, with my energy consumption at 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour translates into 230, sometimes 240 miles of range. Audi advertises this as 280. I was not able to get that, and I'm not driving this thing like a maniac. The weather has also been pretty forgiving for an EV. The temperatures in New Jersey have been ranging between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's, again, I don't want to say optimal driving conditions, but the driving conditions that are good for EVs. I don't really have to rely on heat or on AC. The battery doesn't really have to get preconditioned. So that's the only area that needs improvement in this Q8 e-tron. The suspension is amazing. Audi knows how to tune suspensions. They just have to learn how to tune their EV drivetrains. The cabin, cannot complain about it either. It's your typical Audi stuff, super solid, well put together, good quality materials. The seats are fantastic, very comfortable. They offer variety of adjustability in this top prestige trim. You can adjust your side bolsters, your bottom bolsters. You have different massage modes. They are obviously heated and cooled. The back seat offers good amount of room. Some midsize SUVs, especially Cadillac Lyriq, will offer much more, but what we get here is totally fine, and you can treat the e-tron as your family vehicle. The driver assist systems work great. You get semi-autonomous driving system that's gonna keep you in lane and keep the distance between you and the following vehicle. Adaptive cruise control, everything is standard in this top prestige trim. Good quality camera system. Infotainment, again, typical Audi stuff. I say it so much in this review, but this vehicle doesn't really feel extraordinarily, even though it's an EV. It feels like your typical Audi SUV. Everything works great. Everything is nice and quiet and isolated. Even when you accelerate, the car accelerates very gradually. That was pedal to the metal. It basically felt like you're accelerating in a regular car with an internal combustion engine. So I guess if you want to get an EV, but you're scared that it's going to be too much for you and you're going to be overwhelmed, look at the Q8 e-tron. If the range is not that big of a deal, this is fantastic, and I would be very, very interested in this car if I was looking for a midsize SUV EV. BMW iX is, in my eyes, the best driving one, but it's also the least attractive one. Again, design is subjective. I love how the iX drives, but I just hate how it looks. This, I like how it drives as a regular car, as a daily, on a day-to-day basis. I love how it looks. It's gonna age very well. It's your typical conservative Audi design that's not, super in your eyes. It's very understated, and that's what I love in cars. Anyways, just a quick POV review of this Q8 e-tron. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.